Hi everybody, I just wanted to come in here and make a quick video. I have been getting a lot of questions from friends and family and some followers from my social media accounts about my study abroad experience and how I chose the program that I'm going to be going on. And I noticed that when I was going through the process of trying to apply for study abroad, that there weren't a lot of videos out there that gave a lot of advice on how to choose a program and just advice on how to kind of tackle that whole situation. So I thought I would just make a video to kind of just give my top 5 tips and tricks on how to apply and search for a program for study abroad. Basically, I'm gonna give my personal experience first off of what I did. I go to Portland State University, so we have a building called International Affairs, and what I did is I contacted them, and they got me in contact with a peer advisor, which is a student who has been on one or more study abroad programs, and they just kind of know the general information of how to choose a program, so they help you do that and kind of narrow down your search and your list of options of which program you want to choose. Then once you actually pick a program, you'll set up an appointment with a advisor that's specific to the country you are traveling to. So since I am traveling to France, I met with a French advisor, and she basically gave me the rundown of the specific program that I was going to be applying to. The program that I chose was USAC Lyon France fall term program, and so basically there was 2 applications that I had to do, asking for a lot of like general information about myself, like just kind of like a mini biography. I had to like upload an unofficial transcript, order my passport since it's going to be my first time traveling outside of the country, and do like a health form and some other things. But I had to do that for my university as well as my USAC like profile or whatever. And then once both of those applications were finished, the last step with USAC is they wanted me to get like a approval from my PSU French advisor saying that I basically finished my application and that they could review it. I got approval from my French advisor, and they basically said, okay, we're going to review your application and we'll let you know if you were accepted or declined in 3 to 5 days. So I was really nervous, and actually like literally 30 minutes after my French advisor like accepted me or approved me, USAC sent me an email saying that I had been accepted into the program, and I was the seventh person that was accepted, and I was just really excited because it did take a long time for me to finish everything. So yeah, that was my personal experience with applying. But throughout that experience, I basically formed a list of 5 tips that I would give someone else who is planning on studying abroad, because these are definitely things that would have made my application process a lot simpler, quicker, and less stressful. First tip would be to start the whole process a year in advance to when you actually want to be studying abroad. So if you want to study abroad your junior year of college, then start looking for programs during your sophomore year. I wanted to start my study abroad program in my junior year, but what happened is, as I was going through the application process, is that the deadline was coming too quick and I wasn't able to get everything done in the matter of time that I had to, and I also didn't want to rush myself. So as I noticed the deadline was coming closer, I was like, okay, don't think I'm gonna make it, so I decided to push my study abroad program to the following year, which would be my senior year. And it just worked out with everything else in my classes here at PSU, so it was actually a better choice. But if you are specific and you're like strict on what time you want to be studying abroad, then give yourself a year in advance, because it definitely will help. And also because there's just a lot of things that can come up that you probably wouldn't think of, such as if you're ordering your passport for the first time, it can take up to like 5 or 6 weeks, and that's even if there's no problems. For me, it took 3 weeks. Some people, it took 3 weeks until they got a notification that something went wrong with their application, and they had to resubmit everything and wait another like 4 or 5 weeks. So just give yourself enough time. My second tip would be to, as you're looking at different programs and whatnot, make sure you're bookmarking and writing it down so you don't forget what program sparked your interest at certain times. Third tip would be to make sure that you have good intentions for why you are studying abroad. And this will actually help you if you're wanting to apply for scholarships, which is something I'm going to talk about in a separate video. But I think that you should just kind of have in your mind a reason for why you're wanting to study abroad, other than just because you want to travel. Because even though that's great, you should probably just have another substantial reason for why you think study abroad will be a life-changing thing for you, or how it's going to help you in the future. My fourth tip, something we've already talked about, but basically would be to order your passport, because you're going to need one anyways. And even if it's not a part of your actual application, I suggest that you just get on top of that and just order your passport. Make sure your passport is valid. You do have to pay for it, and I'm not sure if it's different in every state, but for me it was $155 to get my passport. So and my last tip would be kind of something I already stated, but just keep a checklist and like some type of calendar or organizer so you can stay on top of things. And like I said, it'll come in handy for if you're applying to scholarships or anything like that, and like when you get closer to your departure date with packing and writing to-do list. I don't know, for me it really helped to really just see on a list and write things down, deadlines and whatnot like that. So yeah, that's kind of my top 5 tips of what I wish I knew before starting my study abroad process. I'm going to link websites to USAC and also to PSU's International Affairs office for those of you that go to PSU. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.